and bypassing the agents. Excuse me. What does it mean for us? It means for us that we have to innovate to be in this business, because otherwise all the traffic will go and bypass us, so we will be not needed in this environment. So that's one of the reasons we are going to talk to you about our new products, because we believe that we have invented good new things that will stop this process, so we'll still be in the middle of this chain of distribution. Now let me talk a little bit about the Travelport as a company. So we are in the IT business, basically IT business, but very specific segment of this business, which is the business for travel agencies or the travel industry, because we also provide services for airlines, not just for travel agents. So in general, our focus is on the travel industry. We operate globally in more than 170 countries. Our turnover is roughly about $2 billion a year, and we employ more than 3,500 employees across all continents. So we are present on all continents. I mentioned before that the name of the company is Travelport, but we operate two GDSs. One of them is called Galileo, and the other one, which is more close to the Romanian market, is called Worldspan. And both GDSs are represented in Europe and do pretty much the same thing: connect the suppliers with the buyers. Now, as a company, we have also decided to focus strategically on 4 areas. The 4 areas you can see on the screen right now, we needed for basically to make sure that we invest in the right things strategically on a global level. So you can see that these 4 pillars, as we call them, refer to slightly different areas of the business. So we decided as a company, the content, so what we sell is very important. So the content, I wouldn't say takes priority, but here is in the first place, because we believe that our model, the model from the first slide, will only work when we have the right things to sell for travel agencies, because otherwise travel agencies will not use us. So we make sure that the content is broad, and I will show you in the next slide how broad it is. Then what we think is a natural consequence is that once we have this content, we need to allow the travel agencies to search through this content and get the best possible option for their passenger, for the traveler. So this is second very, very important pillar that we invest into. And then we believe also that number 3, empowering selling experience, is also very important, because it gives flexibility to the users of our system to actually sell the way they want to sell. So it's also an important part of our research and development and investment to make sure our desktop solutions or the points of sales are built in a way that the customers can make the most benefits of them. And the last, but by no means not least, open platform means that we are absolutely open to our customers, so they can simply connect to us the way they want to, and that includes the point of sale, traditional desktops, but also, very importantly, the API solutions, so application programming interface that use XML communication between our database and the applications that customers build. So out of those 4 pillars, which form the strategic approach to the investments in our company, I want to bring up one about the content. So just to give you a rough idea, so we currently have more than 360 airlines, 63 low-cost carriers across the globe, and very significant number, 346,000 hotel properties that we make available to our customers. And currently more than 80,000 travel agencies across the globe use our systems. So that's a significant number, and all this content is available to everyone using our systems globally. If we now talk a little bit about what we mean in Eastern Europe, Travelport in Eastern Europe. So let me share with you what Eastern Europe is in our company. It's a little bit bigger than just the formally known Eastern European region. And the size is significant mostly because of the Russia on the screen. So you see, it's a huge country, of course, but the reason I'm showing this slide is basically because this year we open up a new office in Vladivostok. So it shows how far we have to go from Moscow to Vladivostok. It's a 9-hour flight, domestic flight, to actually be in the completely different time zone. If we look at the smaller picture of Eastern Europe, we operate across 25 markets in Eastern Europe, and we have 3 regional hubs: one in Moscow, one in Warsaw, and one in Budapest. And that nicely divides all the markets into 3 different regions. Hello. Good afternoon. Now, in Eastern Europe, which I have a pleasure to run, I have a great team. And this great team you can see now on the picture. One of the team here you have also in this room, it's Anka. Anka runs Southeastern Europe for me, and this is the region that consists of Romania and Hungary. And the rest of these people are also great, and they run the rest of the countries for me. If we move, well, I talked to you about the global strategy, about the Eastern European Hungary markets, about my management team, but this is actually something is very close to my heart, because that statement has been built by all employees in Travelport. It's our statement that shows the purpose of why are we doing what we are doing. So our most important, the most important thing in our company is the customer. So we want to enable success of our customers, because we fundamentally believe in 3 things. One is that we believe in an open and honest and open relationship with customers. We believe in sustainable partnership and also in the value that we bring to the market. And that, in a very simple way, to say it in a different way, it keeps us going, what you can read on the screen. And that comes from the very bottom of our organization to the very top. That's why the customer is always on the first place in what we are trying to do. And we are very proud of the results, especially this year and the previous years. We have done a really, really great job. So overall, Eastern Europe has these 25 markets, as I described to you earlier. We have been growing twice as fast as the market. So basically the growth, you can see the Travelport growth is 23.8% this year versus last year, and the total market, so all these Eastern European countries, grew only by 11.3%. So we have great champions and leaders in this. So Russia grew by 52%, Ukraine 46%, Moldova 160% for us, and also Kazakhstan 900%. Also, it is from a very small base, so it is nice to have such a great growth, but I'm sure this growth will end at some point, unfortunately. However, I still like this twice as fast as the market growth in general. You're referring
as revenues here or as number?
No, this is what we count, as you may not be familiar with this, MIDT, means Marketing Information Data Types. It's actually, we count the segments. Segments are the in a very simple language, it would be from the start to the landing of the aircraft. This is one segment. So we count the total number of segments that are being sold in the markets. And this is the number. 55 million sectors or segments have been sold in Eastern Europe. And out of this 55 million segments, I mean, this number was growing by 11%, and we have been growing by 23.8% as Travelport as the whole. And going forward, I think our strategy is simply right, because we have many customers that believe in us and believe in our value, and some of them you can see actually on the screen. These are very well recognized names in many countries. We work with some of the biggest OTA customers, and you can see it on this screen. We have pleasure to be an honor as well to be leaders in OTA space in many countries, including Russia, Poland, Romania, Hungary, Ukraine, Moldova, etc. So we have kind of specialized in OTA segment, and by OTA, if this is not a familiar term for you, that stands for online travel agency. So the new model of agencies that are focused on selling all the services online. Within this group of OTAs, we have those who are a mix, traditional agencies and doing business online, but many of them, and you can see the big names on the screen like, well, the Russians one to Trip, Sindbad, or Iskai, Centuria, student agency. Some of them are totally online, so they don't have any shops, anything else but online presence through the website and call center to fulfill the services or provide assistance during the sales process. So we are having a very, very strong position in this market, and we want to maintain it. This market doesn't grow so fast anymore because the penetration of online has reached in many countries the level where it is not growing anymore. So obviously more and more people are trying to buy online, but it's not the pace from a few years ago when it grew by hundreds of % every year. Now the growth is more steady. And newcomers are not so many in the markets because the barrier to enter the market has gone up as well. So that's a very important part of our business. The major customers in our region are OTAs, and we want to keep it this way and add new ones wherever it is possible. Now I would like to let Anka give you a little update on the Romanian market.